In creating the character Niggy Stardust, essentially, you know, for the whole time I was working on this album, I was living in this house that I was renting in Laurel Canyon, Los Angeles. And while I was there, I would have friends come over and we would build on, you know, what Niggy Stardust should look like and sound like and all this stuff. And one of my friends named Melody Asani is a designer. And so she began designing rings, nameplates, belts, bracelets, all this stuff for Niggy. And so we started coming up with all these, you know, like excuses to wear bright colors and make stuff out of plastic and dealing with feathers and all of this stuff. Essentially, I started thinking of him or labeling him as tribal couture, because I think of him in many ways as this, you know, peaceful warrior. The music isn't peaceful, but the fact that he's doing music and not, you know, holding a gun is peaceful. And so the war paint, the feathers came about through the visual artist Andre Metoyer. He moved into my house while we were recording the album and took over downstairs of the house, and it was all just canvases on the floor and walls of him just painting, and he would bring in like I'd wake up, come downstairs, and my whole floor would be covered in white feathers. I think the first time I was ever painted, he painted me, and then I started painting myself. We started playing around with gold foil and all this stuff. Part of the reason was, one, you know, the simple explanation is to say that I wanted to distract myself from myself. Niggy Stardust was and is an excuse to explore beyond that. You know, I went through a phase while I was recording the album when I had a white mohawk. A cat as dark as me with a white mohawk. It's crazy. Looked like a skunk. I wanted it to be a fusion of worlds. And so it's an ongoing experiment, and it's totally affected my personal life. On downtime from being Niggy, me and my wife sometimes will just be like, find ourselves putting on eye makeup before we go out to the movies or something, like, why not?